Modern Real Estate Practice, page 109. Deed executed pursuant to a court order. Executors and administrators, deeds, master's deeds, sheriff's deeds, and many others are all deeds executed pursuant to a court order. These deeds are established by state statute and are used to convey title to property that is transferred by will or by court order. The form of the deed must conform to the laws of the state in which the property is located. One common characteristic of deeds executed pursuant to court order is that the full consideration is usually stated in the deed, instead of $10 and other valuable consideration. For example, the deed would list the actual sales price, transfer tax stamps. Many states have enacted laws providing for a state transfer tax, also referred to in some states as a grantor's tax, on conveyances of real estate. In these states, the tax is usually payable when the deed is recorded. In some states, the taxpayer purchases stamps from the recorder of the county in which the deed is recorded, and the stamps must be affixed to the deed before it can be recorded. In other states, the clerk of the court or county recorder simply collects the appropriate transfer tax amount in accordance with state and local law. The transfer tax may be paid by either the seller or the buyer, or split between them, depending on local custom or agreement in the sales contract. The actual tax rate varies and may be imposed at the state, county, and/or city level. For example, the rate might be calculated as $1.10 for every $1,000 of the sales price, as 55 cents for every $500 of the sales price, or as a simple percentage of the sales price. Math concepts. Calculating transfer taxes. A state has a transfer tax of $1.50 for each $500 or fraction of $500 of the sales price of any parcel of real estate. The transfer tax is to be paid by the seller. To calculate the transfer tax due in the sale of a $300,000 house, use the following two steps. Value divided the dollar amount per taxable unit equals taxable units. Taxable units multiplied by rate per unit equals tax. In this example, $300,000 divided by $500 equals 600 taxable units. 600 multiplied by $1.50 equals $900. The seller in this transaction must pay a transfer tax of $900 to the state. In many states, a transfer declaration form or transfer statement or affidavit of real property value must be signed by both the buyer and the seller or their real estate professionals. The transfer declaration states the full sales price of the property, its legal description, the type of improvement, the address, date, and type of deed, and whether the transfer is between relatives or in accordance with a court order.